this is Mom News, and you're about to enjoy our crash course on Frankenstein.
Hello there, my name is Victor Frankenstein. I live in Geneva with my two brothers, Ernest and William, my adoptive cousin Elizabeth, and my parents Alphonse and Caroline, who unfortunately passed away taking care of my cousin. So from a young age, I've been really into science and chemistry, and I've always dreamed of creating my own life form. So when I went to college, I was able to have that opportunity.
Victor, who becomes friends with his professors, learns a lot about science. He becomes obsessed and starts wondering if he can create life. He starts isolating himself from his friends, and he starts his new project, and he was able to create life. William Frankenstein comes face to face with the monster. The monster then kills Victor Frankenstein's little brother. Victor reads a letter about his brother's untimely death. Victor goes to Geneva to see his brother. The monster looks kindly upon this family. He learns how to read and how to speak from them, and he helps them because he's actually a nice person. The monster walks up to the old man he's been stalking. He talks to them and he's nice, and he tries to introduce himself. Then the old man's son runs in and gets the monster to run away. The monster seeks vengeance on any person now.
In this part of the novel, the monster states, "Increase of knowledge only discovered to me more clearly what a wretched outcast I was. As he learns more about the human race, he understands what he does."
The monster meets again with his creator. He says how miserable he is and how he wants true love. He wants Victor to make him a female companion. Victor reluctantly agrees. Victor has been making the monster's female companion. The monster is pleased with Victor's progress. Victor then realizes what he's doing, and he rethinks his idea. He decides to destroy what he's been working on.
Victor has now lost all his friends, family, and his wife Elizabeth. He is in extreme pain, and he is horrified about this monster, but he has now dedicated his life to his revenge. While he is preparing for his journey to track down the monster comes up and says, "Prepare, we will soon enter upon a journey where your sufferings will satisfy my everlasting hatred." Proving that the monster desires the suffering of his creator and wants him to feel as much pain as he has.
Victor is dead. The monster sees his body and is disappointed when the Captain Walton walks in on the two and sees the monster.
Hi, I'm Justina. In this book, I represent the loss of innocence, and I was forced to lie. And even though I am going to be killed, I am not afraid of death, and I will stand for my beliefs.
Hi, I'm the monster. I'm a pretty intelligent person. I like to learn about the human nature, but I became pretty malicious when I realized how depressed and lonely I am in this world where no one accepts me.
Okay, I'm the youngest son of Alphonse Frankenstein. My name is William, and I was the first one to be killed by the wicked and hideous monster.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I was rescued from poverty as a young child, and I grew up with my cousin/future husband. I was then killed by the monster on my wedding night.
Hi, I'm Henry, and I'm Victor's closest friend. Whenever he was down or miserable, I was always there to cheer him up and help him out in school, and I've represented friendship.
Hi, I'm Victor Frankenstein, and I was the one who created a monster. Out of my love for science, I wanted to create life, and it ended up being a monster that came back to haunt me. This rope around my neck represents the albatross that hangs around me, and that will only go away upon death.
In the book, there are two main settings. One is Geneva, which represents the family because that's where Victor grew up and that's where he constantly went whenever a family member of his died. Then he went to Ingolstadt for college, which is also important because that represents the furthering of his education, which is where he learned how to make the monster. And then also Scotland's important because that's where he decides to throw away the female monster, which then also increases the monster's desire to revenge upon Victor's life. For techniques, we have setting because whenever the weather was stormy or rainy, that foreshadowed the appearance of the monster because the monster was supposed to be evil, and that kind of provided an ominous setting. And then there was repetition of the words agony, despair, revenge, remorse, horror whenever the monster was near. And then for themes, there's how looks affected people because everyone judged the monster based on looks, which made him feel rejected, which furthered his revenge on humanity. And then there was how the creation destroys the creator, how the monster destroyed Frankenstein by basically destroying everything Frankenstein loved. And yes.
Another theme is that excess knowledge of humans and science can cause negative effects. We can see this in both the monster, who learns more about the humans, and Victor, who gains more knowledge in the area of science. Some other stylistic techniques are foreshadowing and suspense. Some examples are when Victor goes on a trip with Clerval and he is constantly paranoid that the monster is following him. That creates suspense. And also there's foreshadowing when the monster states, "I shall be with you on your wedding night." This also worries Victor about future events. Also, when Victor is holding his pistol when he is with Elizabeth, because he also believes that the monster is going to come out at any time and kill him, so that creates suspense when the reader is wondering if and when it's going to happen. Another technique is the author uses descriptive words for the monster. Some examples are wretch, devil, vile insect, and wild beast. The author also uses a comparison between the feelings and emotions with different scenery. For example, when Victor's in the mountains and he sees the magnificent scenes, it has a calming effect on him, so he also feels calm. And then also when Victor is going on a trip to England, the scenes cause a healing effect to him because they're happy and bright. And then whenever there's a dark and stormy setting, Victor feels unrest and horror.
In the novel Frankenstein, the scene in which the monster that Victor Frankenstein has created demands Victor to create a female monster, showing a biblical parallel. After God created man, he created woman, depicting the monster's innate desire for a woman mate. This scene also allows us to witness a reversal of power between the monster and his creator, as he forces Victor to make a new monster to satisfy his loneliness. This scene also gives us a parallel between loneliness and the monster it brings out of people. The monster needs a mate who accepts him and sees through his hideous looks in order to focus on a female to care about rather than his desire to kill. The second scene that I will be analyzing is the shocking plot twist scene in which the monster was found devastated, leaning over his dead creator's body after making Victor's life miserable and forcing Victor to dedicate his life to chasing the monster, giving the readers a clear realization that without the monster's creator, he is nothing. Now that the man who gave him life and the only man who could have created someone to accept him and care for him is gone, the monster has nothing left to live for. The monster no longer has a life to ruin, therefore it escapes into the darkness, never to be seen again.